know you want 3 things in the new year. I know you want to be successful. I know you want to be happy. I know you want to be healthy. Basically, you want to be what I like to call leveled up. You want to level up your life. You want to become a better version of yourself. You want to be happier. You want to be healthier. You want to upgrade your life. That's the purpose of this video, how to level up in 2020. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I will show you exactly how you can do that. I'll show you the changes you need to implement to take your life to the next level. And I know you're probably wondering what puts me in a position where I can comfortably talk about these things. And I guess the only reason is, the only valid reason is because I've been through stuff and I've been able to come out to on the other side. Okay, so I have had a rough patch in the last about over 12 years ago. It was a very nice pleasant place that I was in, and I was able to turn my situation around. I've basically been not just jobless, but I've been a single mom, I've been a divorcee, I've been jobless, I've been everything, I've been fat, I've been everything. Okay, and I don't tell you these things so that you can feel sorry. I don't tell you these things to say that I'm a guru at these things. I only say these things because I believe that we all exist to encourage and empower each other. And that's the reason why when I started my blog at ownyourspark.com, was just a platform to help people realize who they are and to help people realize how powerful they are, and to help people realize that there is no situation that doesn't change, and that if we look inside ourselves, we always can find the answers. All right, so in 2020, this message is for you. It is for you, to encourage you to remember that you can do what you feel is impossible, and you can change your life. I'm in a good place right now, and as I said, not because I want to brag or anything, but I'm in a good place right now, and it's all because it took a few changes. It took a few habits. I had to absorb some attitudes, make a lot of mistakes along the way, and get to the other side. And that's why I share these things with you. All right, so before we continue, I would like to remind you to subscribe and click the bell. Okay, click the subscribe button and press the bell to be notified of new content. I upload every week, a new video every week, basically helping you, reminding you how you can be the best version of yourself, because I'm passionate about people developing themselves from within. And there's no better time to do that like right now, other than now, because it's the new year. There's always something about the new year. We always feel that it's a second chance for us to right our wrongs. It's a second chance for us to write our stories afresh. So that's the whole point. Okay, so let's get right into it. How do you level up in 2020? What are the things you need to remember? The first thing you need to know is your worth. There is nothing that is as powerful as a person who knows their worth, because when you know your worth, you teach people how to respect you. People will respect you more if you know your worth. Okay, because if you know your worth, you know that you're not what people call you. You're not what people say about you. You are who God says about you. How do you know your worth? What's the best basis to know your worth? It is to know that you're God's child, period. That's all that matters. If you know you're God's child, you walk around with confidence, not arrogant confidence, but with confidence, because you know your worth. Okay, so know your worth, and you remember your worth. Your best worth is not determined by the things you have, by who's in your life, by the followers you have, it's not determined by any of that. Your worth is determined by God. Okay, so know your worth. Number 2, If you're going to level up in 2020, if you're going to put your life higher, you need to steer clear of negativity. I like analogies. So imagine if you're trying to carry a load of weight from point A to B. Suppose you're trying to push it up on a hill. I don't know that you would be very effective if you're trying to do that and someone else is trying to pull it from the back. Something is trying to pull you down. And sometimes we don't realize it, but we always try and move our lives upward and still carry people who drag us behind, carry people who try and pull us behind. If you're going to level up in 2020, you just have to be aware of the negativity in your life, and you need to cut that. You need to do away with that. Do away with negative people. Do away with negativity. That's the only way you're going to move your life upward. Okay? The other way that you're going to level up in 2020 is to set your standards. Think about it. If you want to go on a journey somewhere, you have to have a compass. You know, you've got to have a sense of direction, that this is where I'm going. If I'm going to go to any place, you need to have a compass. Okay? If you're in school, the teacher has to have a syllabus to decide how to teach the kids. Everything in life needs some kind of direction if it's going to work. Your life is no different. You need to have standards, set standards. You need to have boundaries if you're going to move your life up, if you're going to level up in 2020. Okay, and that includes letting people know what you can and cannot take, letting people know what you like and what you don't like. You know, let people understand that you just don't show up to some places. That, you know, I used to live in Dubai, and a lot of my friends, they can tell you, used to know that after parties were just not my thing. If we went for a party and we had to go back to the house and meet at someone's house, after parties were just not my thing. I didn't know it at the time, and for me at the time I did it because I just used to hate just to stay up till late in the morning, till early morning, and get up in the morning, and you have the whole day sort of wasted. And I never used to like doing that. So I'd go for parties, but I'd go back home. Okay, and I'm not saying, that's just one example. Have your standards. If you don't have standards, if you don't draw the lines, it means that anybody can rock up in your life and anybody can tell you anything, basically, you know. But when people know what you can and cannot take, it helps. It helps because they will not load BS on you. Okay. And I remember my teacher in high school said, one of my favorite teacher who left such a big impact in my life, she said, stand for something or you will fall for anything. And that is exactly what happens. If you do not have standards in life, you will end up just settling for anything, settling for whatever. You know, you need to filter negativity from your life. Okay. You also need to respect yourself. Respect yourself. Stop dating down. I think that's the greatest, most powerful example of respecting yourself is when you stop dating down. By dating down means stop dating people. And this is specifically for women. Stop dating people who are like fast, people who, for example, don't have a direction in life, people who don't look after themselves, people who are not headed where you are headed. Girl, I tell you this because I know most girls are listening to this message. I have dated down so many times, and that's the reason why I say I encourage anyone and everybody, do not date down. Okay? If you're a person who knows where you're going and where you're taking your life is going, if you get intertwined and entangled with someone whose life is going downwards, believe it or not, you end up going downwards as well. It's just what happens. you end up going downwards as well. And you don't want that. Stop dating down, stop taking crap from men. Show people how to treat you. You are responsible for how people treat you. How we treat you is all depends on how you teach us. It's what depends on how you tell us. That's how we treat you. Okay, stop going to social gatherings that are like mediocre, low class. Stop going to places that are low class. Seriously, stop going to places that have full of losers. Stop going to places. I remember we used to go to these places that were like very dark and dingy and smoky, and you wake up in the morning and you're thinking, I don't know whether I'm gonna wash my hair or do clean all my clothes or whatever, because they're just, they're not elegant places. Just stop going to places that are not elegant. Stop going to low class places. Stop hanging out with losers. Yes, I said it. It might sound like I'm being mean, but there are people who, they're just people who are happy to have their lives in the same level for like forever and ever. Amen. And you don't want to hang out with such people. You don't want to hang out with people who have, no direction, or who are not quite sure where they're taking their lives or where their lives are going. Okay. The other way you can level up in 2020 is to upgrade yourself. What do I mean by that? When you upgrade yourself, you start looking after yourself. You start looking after your skin better. You start um, being conscious of the things you put in your body. You start being conscious of how you wear. You start being conscious of your habits. You start being conscious of your posture, of how you speak. The reason why I'm passionate about this thing is because if you want to move your life upward, if you want to make changes, if you want to take your life forward, there are things that you have to do. Okay, I look at people who are successful people who are mentors, people who we look up to, people whose lives speak to us. They're all people who can show us, who tell us that they have moved their lives from A to B by making changes here and there. No one has it all figured out, but when you upgrade yourself, you get closer to where you are supposed to go. I think Paulo Coelho, in his book, I think The Alchemist or something, said, when you fix one area of your life, the other places also get fixed. Okay, if you wanna get happy, if you want to become successful in business, which is what I'm learning, is that there are other components that come with it. If you want to be successful in business, you need to have good public speaking skills, for example. If you want to be successful in making business deals, you need to know how to speak to people. You need to learn how to understand people. Okay, and you're not going to rock up in an office looking shabby and looking like, you haven't had a shower. You're not going to go there, like you're sweaty and your armpits, are sweaty. Like these ones of mine are starting to get sweaty. You're not going to show up in the office looking like that. There is a way you need to look, because you attract people who are in the same level as you. So upgrade yourself. That's how you start moving closer to where you're going. Okay, start looking good. If you're a person who drinks, stop drinking too much. It's not just healthy for your it's not just unhealthy for your liver, but it just doesn't, it just wrecks you. Stop smoking, especially women. Like, this is just so wrong. Like, I think women just need to stop doing these things because they're not feminine. They're just not feminine. Some of the things people do, some of the things we think are cool, smoking and stuff like that, they're not feminine at all. When I worked with colleagues who would smoke a lot, you'd be seated next to someone early morning going, to work, and you'd be seated with someone and they just speak to you, and it's just like, oh my God, the cigarette smell. And just, ladies, it's just not cool. It's just not cool. I know, yeah, they say, oh, whatever. It's just not cool. It's just not cool. So for 2020, the other way you can level up is you need to be accountable. If you are to implement changes in your life, you need to be accountable. You need to say, okay, have I succeeded in doing A, B, C? Have I succeeded in the way I dress? Am I dressing better? Start with things like that. Am I having a glass of water more often, as opposed to choosing something else? If you make those small changes, make sure to track your progress, because anything, Dan Lok always says, Dan Lok is one of the self-made millionaires. Google him, Dan Lok. He says anything that is not measured cannot be improved, and that's true. If you don't know how much progress you're making in your self-development, if you don't know how much progress you're making in how you develop your mind, if you don't know how much progress you're making in how fit your body is, you will not be able to make significant progress. You might as well, because you need to understand what's working and what's not. Okay, so before this video gets way too long, I just want to remind you, remember that you are in control. Remember that you're God's child. Remember, you're not what society tells you. You are not what we tell you that you are. You are God's child. You are worth it. Okay, you're worth it. You are strong. You are powerful. You're valuable. You're special. And you can change your life. You can go to where you're going. Okay, and stop comparing yourself with others. If you keep going, doing your thing, doing you, eventually you'll get where you're supposed to get. Okay, and just take off unnecessary weight. Really, just shake off unnecessary weight. Just keep doing you and keep going where you're supposed to go. You'll get there eventually. All right, welcome, and thanks a lot for watching my channel. Thanks a lot for watching my channel. I appreciate that. And before I go, this is a reminder to subscribe and press the bell so you'll be notified of new content. I upload video every week, and share it widely. Okay, these platforms are actually a really good thing, because sometimes we're not confident enough to tell our friends some of the things that we think that they need to change, and this is one perfect way of doing it. You can send this video across, send it to your friends, and let them get the hints, and then we all change each other. I would appreciate if you commented on this video. Let me know if you liked the video, and let me know things that you would want me to talk about, and information and insight that you feel is relevant, and something that you'd want insight on. Okay, thanks for watching. Have yourself a beautiful week. And before you go, remember to check out my website. It's www.ownyourspark.com, just like the title of this YouTube channel. Check out that website, because I write content that is valuable and content that will help you. Okay, and I will see you next week. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.